Moving into my new apartment in New York City, day 3. Today started off early because roadway movers were coming to help. This was my first time using movers and they could not have made the process more seamless. They showed up right on time and immediately started taking boxes to the truck. I feel like I blinked and then all the boxes were gone and this was all that was left in the living room. They also brought wardrobe boxes for me, which was so helpful, and they packed my clothes into it. I just stood there watching. I felt like I should be helping, but these guys were the professionals and they just took care of everything. They also had plastic wrap that they would put around my cloth furniture and it was so mesmerizing to watch. Every time I looked up, they were already taking a new thing down to the truck. They also disassembled my bed frame, which was so helpful. Here he is wrapping up my shoe console with so much care. I was just so impressed with how attentive they were to detail and how careful they were with everything. I took a quick break from watching to go film some videos downstairs, and then I came back up and they were already packing up my TV. They brought a whole box for it and took the legs off, and then they wrapped up my headboard so carefully. They also put some artwork into these boxes, and overall were just so helpful and so nice to work with. Here he is getting my bar stools, making sure that they're fully secured so nothing would happen to them during the move and no stains would get on it. Believe me, wrapping up the couch is not as easy as it looks. I gave it a try and I don't know how he's so good at this. Then just like that, my living room was empty and I was so impressed that just one person was able to lift this couch up and carry it downstairs. I lived in a walk-up building, so I knew I really wanted to work with roadway because they would just make the whole process so seamless and I didn't have to worry about carrying any of these big bulky things down the stairs. My entire apartment was packed up within an hour, so the movers left and headed to my new apartment. We followed behind them and I just took one last video of the space. I'm gonna have to come back and get a few last things and do a deep cleaning, but for today, this is how we're leaving it. I just packed up a little bit of my fridge food too, and then we headed over and met them at the new apartment. It was raining at this point, so they rolled out a little rug so that they didn't track any water into the apartment and immediately got to unpacking. They even took apart and reassembled my lamps, and they did the same thing with the bed when we got to the new place as well. They worked so fast, I couldn't believe how quickly my new apartment started filling up. They even unloaded my clothes and put that back into the closet for me. All of these touches helped me have a stress-free move, and they were done with the entire move in under 2 hours. I thought this would be a whole day process, so since we had some time, I went out and explored the neighborhood. Then we hung up my curtains and I got started with unpacking all of my boxes. I'm so happy that I chose to go with roadway movers. You can use my code kayla10 for 10% off local moves and 5% off long distance moves.